The Northman is the latest movie by Robert Eggers, and it is a visual masterpiece. We follow the story of a Viking prince that will go to any lengths to enact revenge for his murdered father. Now I know the real reason why you want to see The Northman, and that's to see Alexander Skarsgård dressed as a sexy Viking. And let me tell you, when those abs popped out on the screen, whew, it was something, I'll tell you, man. It was something magical. For some odd reason, when I first heard the plot synopsis for The Northman, I instantly thought of those romance novels that middle-aged horny women read. As he thrust his pelvis upon hers, she quivered with love as they embraced each other. It was pure passion. But no, this is definitely not a romance movie. It is an old-fashioned revenge tale. Let's get into the positives for this film. The acting across the whole board is phenomenal. Alexander Skarsgård kills it as this damaged, angered Viking. Ethan Hawke completely immerses himself as his father. Anya Taylor-Joy is perfect as always, and we get the GOAT himself, Willem Dafoe, the man. I mean, what better cast could you have created for this film? It's just perfect. Some of the shots in here are so breathtaking. Robert Eggers pulls you into this world with such ease. The way he captures the landscape and environment, it is truly a work of art. And for all you bloody gorehounds out there, trust me, there is plenty of violence and carnage and sword swinging, axe throwing in this movie. It gets very intense, especially towards the last act of this movie. There are some sequences in here that are just super gory and awesome. The fight choreographers deserve a major standing ovation for the work that they've done in this film. The way the camera just effortlessly transitions from fight scene to fight scene, and the way it moves, it all feels smooth and sleek, and it feels like you're right in the heart of the battle. The Northman reminds me of movies like Braveheart and The Last Duel, these grand opus crazy battles with so many people and bodies flying left and right. While I'm personally not a fan of the Viking medieval era of history, The Northman really drew me in with the characters and the very awesome narrative that Robert Eggers is able to tell with this revenge story. But moving on to some of the negatives that I have, this one is probably more of a personal one, but the old-timey English Shakespearean dialect really is hard to understand at times. Maybe just because I'm just an idiot. I'm a Neanderthal, so I have to really pay attention to what each character is saying, or else I feel like I'm gonna miss something. Now, I understand that it is historically accurate for the time to have that dialect in there, but just from a dummy like me, I just felt confused most of the time. Some of the stuff just kind of flew over my head. Speaking of being dumb, to add to that, there were some scenes in here where I had no idea what was going on. I was so lost. When they got deep into the Viking lore and some religion and ritual scenes, it just got really deep into this Viking rabbit hole that I had no idea what was happening. I was so confused. I was just brain dead during those scenes. Now, this obviously might not be an issue for people who are more knowledgeable about that type of culture, but this Neanderthal was just an idiot, so I don't know. I'm not totally sure if this movie will connect with mainstream audiences. This isn't the most accessible film. I'm trying to word this to not seem like I'm calling general population stupid, but I feel like some people might get lost. I don't think I'm the only one in that category. The non-linear storytelling might just fly over some people's heads. As much as this is an awesome visual movie, The Northman is a movie I don't think I would ever rewatch again. The best way I can describe this is, you know when you get a brand new 4K flat screen TV and you want to show off how great the visuals are for that TV? This is the movie that you pick to show off those visuals. And then the movie just kind of sits on your shelf and you don't really watch it again. You just bought it just to show your friends, oh, my TV's really badass and cool. The dark themes of how revenge and built-up anger and grief can drive a Viking man crazy is something I don't want to sit down and watch multiple times. But with that being said, I'm going to give The Northman an 8 out of 10. Robert Eggers continues to impress me with his filmmaking. This movie is grand, it's big, and it's epic, but it's not something I'm just gonna rewatch endlessly. It's not an easy watch. I can't just put this on and just chill and watch The Northman. But this movie is very impressive, and I think a lot of people are gonna be into this movie. But now I ask you, are you excited for The Northman? Let me know down in the comment section down below. And while you're down there, make sure you hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go look at some pictures of Alexander Skarsgård. I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. Though it's easy to pretend, I know you're not a fool.